Hello everyone, today is Thursday, January 30th, I think. Anyway, so I am dealing with some issues here. We have a septic tank backed up. So I called the septic people, they say they can't get out till Monday. It's only Thursday and we can't flush our toilets. Problem! Okay, so I have an idea. Because what I found is it appears that the effluent may have a filter in the septic tank. So if you're not familiar with how a septic works, your water comes in out of the house, goes down in the septic tank into the first tank, and it gets all the solids to separate. Then the sludge and water goes off into the second tank. The second tank's where we're having problems. The second septic tank is filled to the brim, but I go out into my leach field, which again, well, to explain it even further, after that sludge and water gets into the second tank, it then goes through the effluent filter, down into a pipe, out into your leach field, which is then dissipated, I think that's the right word, out into your yard, underground, and then it's filtered out, all that. So, in the junction box out in the leach field, there's no water coming in off of the septic tank, but the septic tank's filled to the brim, but the junction box doesn't even have water up to the outlet pipe. So there's a clog somewhere between the septic and the outlet. It's filled to the brim. I can't get down in there to even see the filter. I can't see anything down in the pipe, down in the septic tank. So I have an idea. I have all these spare PVC pipes from when I was building a coat rack back at the old house and we didn't have enough storage for all the clothes that we had. Well, that coat rack didn't work. It was too flimsy and bent and everything. But I had this thought, I could take these PVC pipes, fill them with water, put an end cap on one end, drop it down into the septic, that is the effluent side. The water's going out to the leach field anyway. Take the other end of the pipe, drop it into my junction box where the septic leach line is. Pull the plug that's holding back the water, which will then start a gravity feed well. It's going to create a suction, pull the water up out of the septic tank, over using gravity into the junction box, and empty out our tank so I can get down at least far enough to see the effluent filter so I can take it off and rinse it out. Something's probably stuck in it. So here we go. Let's hopefully this works. Now, first step is I know where my PVC pipes are. Now I need to find all my connections. I don't know what I did with them. All right, so the thought here is we're going to fill this white pipe with water. We've got a long feeding tube that's going to go down to the bottom, so we're not pumping the floaties out. We just want the clean water off the bottom without the junk. We're going to go downhill. So when I fill this with water, the water is going to be backed up all the way down to our junction box. I've got this pipe standing up in the air because water seeks to level. So as the water fills up, it should not overflow out of this. Once we filled it all the way up with water, we're gonna pop that long tube straw-like thing down into the septic. Hey, stop making the flashing light. We're gonna pop that long tube-like thing down to the septic, pull this end off, which should let gravity from the water being filled in there as it starts to flow down into the junction box. It's gonna create a suction like a straw, which should then start pumping this out. Once we get it low enough, I should be able to see the effluent filter down there to be able to either spray it off with the hose or pull it off or whatever we need to do. Something is floating in front of my camera. Blub, blub.
Aren't you putting more water in it?
Yeah, it's fine. All right, gotta be secure. I don't want to lose my pipe down in there. When I pop this off, the water will start gravity feeding down here. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Come on, come on, come on. Come on, come on, come on. It didn't work. Okay, we're gonna try it again, unfortunately. Where's my light? Light! All right, it took a while, guys, but the gravity water feeder is working. It's going. It's gonna take like forever to drain. We have water flow. Oh.
Killing that too.
We're actually gonna flush the toilet tonight. Wow, it's gonna take forever.
It's
not moving. Alright guys, so I was able to get in there and got the water down low enough to where I found a pipe with a filter inside of it. So the filter, I was able to, had a handle on it, just pulled it out and it had gunk all over it. So as soon as I pulled that filter out, water started rushing down the pipe out to the leach field. So that's good. Got that cleaned off with the hose, put it back in. Toilets still aren't flushing inside. So now our next step is, I've been looking online. First of all, had nobody ever told us when we moved into this place and you have a septic tank that you have to clean that filter out once every 6 months. We didn't even know there was a filter in it, and now I'm reading online that they're like, yeah, if you have a filter every 6 months you got to pull that filter out and clean it. Never knew. There's a sign on the tank that says don't remove lid, danger, toxic gas. We're not going in there looking around for anything. So anyway, aside from that, so now I'm going to go to the inlet side of the septic tank, lift that lid and see if there's a clog coming into the pipe. If there is, I'm going to stick a stick down in there and bring it out. But I think that's what we're dealing with. We've had water backed up so far, so long, that we've now clogged the inlet pipe. And so I'm going to go try to unplug that now. Alright, if you get queasy real easy, you might not want to watch this next part. Fair warning. Turn it off, you don't want to see anything gross. Alright, down in here, our lid is under this. So apparently the water is backed up so much, poop has actually come up through the lid. Yep. Alright, so already the water levels have started to go down. I just have to find our inlet pipe in here and get that unclogged.
Oh, this stinks.
Gonna use a big stick. Try to get this unclogged here.
Dad, is that good?
There we are. I just stuck this stick down here and unbacked our pipes. Baby, we are in business!
You got to come over, Dad.
But I don't think the poop's supposed to be on this side of the thing.
Was that all poop?
So I don't think that's good that it's on this side.
Ew, that's disgusting. That's probably all my poop. Ew, you splashed it on my lip. Oh, dude, you just smell great.
Yeah, I don't think the poop was supposed to make it on that side of the tank.
Dad, where do
Alright guys, that worked. We got the inlet side unclogged and now the toilets are flushing, everything's running again smooth. So if you have a septic tank, don't make the same mistake we did. You need to get in there and check to see if you have a filter on the outlet side, which is the tank furthest away from the house. Get that filter out every 3 to 6 months, clean it off so that your water will keep flowing out to the leach field and won't back up in your septic tank. Alright, that's it for today's video. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and all that good stuff. Bye!